What's up, everyone? I hope you're having a fantastic day. I am still down here in the sunny state of Florida and just wanted to jump in here and do a quick video in regards to the difference between a pre-qual and a pre-approval. And there is a distinct difference, and I want you to understand that because you definitely want to be equipped with the proper tools when you're out looking for your home. Most real estate agents will require that you actually have a pre-approval in hand, and I think there's a misconception between what's considered a pre-qual and a pre-approval. So I wanted to go through that. So a lot of times pre-qual really is just a matter of someone pulling your credit. Most of the time they will do a hard inquiry, pull all three bureaus, and basically pre-approve you based on the credit alone. Ask you income information, ask you about your employment history, those types of things, and then just take your word for it. But a lot of times when an underwriter is reviewing the income, they're always going to be looking at year-to-dates. They're going to be looking at recalculating averages and making sure that if you do work and make so much money per hour, that you are actually working that many hours per week. And so pre-quals a lot of times are just credit-driven, and it's just a surfacey look at your income. Whereas an actual pre-approval, the lender, loan officer, bank, whatever, will require you not only to provide the information so that credit can be pulled, but they're going to look at your assets. So they're going to look at banking. They're also going to look at your W-2s and pay stubs, and they're going to calculate all that information and then actually run DU, which is an automated underwriting system, to get an actual approval, an underwriting decision based on a computer algorithm. And that is a full-flown pre-approval, and they'll run certain reports, fraud alert reports, drive reports, things like that, so that when you go into that offer with that pre-approval, you know that you're a solid borrower. So you want to be very careful when you're looking at the document that the bank sends you. Is it a pre-qual? Is it a pre-approval? Has all of those things been reviewed? Have they asked you for all of those things? Because they're vitally important to have that information provided to your lender. And if they're not asking you for those things, then what I would encourage you to do is ask them, hey, is this a pre-qual or is this a pre-approval? Because I'm looking for a pre-approval. One of the hardest things is getting into a situation where you've put an offer on a house that you love, that you've fallen in love with, that you've had emotional connection with, and all of a sudden, 3 weeks into the deal, something has been discovered by underwriting, or the lender comes back to you and says, hey, we can't do this deal. And there's numerous times that I'll get a phone call where a loan is supposed to close within a week or less, and they're asking me to take a look at the file to determine whether or not this loan can be done, and I dig into it and come to find out this loan should have never been pre-approved in the first place. These folks should have never been looking for a home. And that is the unfortunate part about it, that we tie up a property and we get people emotionally abound. And a lot of times, there's domino effects where this loan has to close, this house has to close so that other people can close because they have to close on their sale in order to go into their buy because they can't qualify for 2 house payments at the same time. So if that deal doesn't happen, then all these other deals don't happen. So you never want to put yourself in that position. So I encourage you, if you're working with a lender, that you challenge them to give you an actual pre-approval. Hopefully they're asking you for banking, they're asking you for W-2s and pay stubs, pulling your credit and doing all the necessary checks in order to determine whether or not you are a good borrower, so that when you go into the offer and you are offering on a property, that you feel good and you feel confident, so that your loan is good and that you'll be able to close in that time period and get the keys to the house that you've fallen in love with. So I hope that's been helpful to you. And again, just a reminder, the difference between a pre-qual, really only credit, and maybe just asking questions about income, where a pre-approval is actually providing the documentation. As I tell people all the time, you can tell me you make $20 an hour and that's great, and I have no reason to not believe you, and you work 40 hours a week, but provide the evidence. The evidence is, give me those W-2s, give me those pay stubs, so that I can back up what you're telling me on the application. So hope that's been helpful to you. Until next time, hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.